Por tu distancia, no dejes que se acerque, Marco, ¿ok? Que todos. Ahora empiecen a tirar abajo para que se vaya
Start throwing punches in the body. You gotta throw some straight punches. You don't have to throw that liver punch. Straight right hands. Doesn't have much, and the condition will be over.
Más soltura, más velocidad de manos. ¿Eh? La guardia, la que...
CompuBox numbers through round 3. Barrera 40 of 125 jabs. Salud 13 of 56. So Barrera has been both the boxer and the slugger early on. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim. I was really impressed by that left hook to the body after he stepped to the side in the 3rd round. 30-27, 3 rounds to nothing. Marco Antonio Barrera. Jim, he's got such a wide variety of punches, but I never thought he'd do that. That step to the side, whack him to the body. Marco winning it basically on clean punching. He's walking right through him in the first 2 rounds. In the 3rd round, when Salud tried to mix it up, he still outpunched him. So Marco Antonio Barrera, based on clean punching, 3-0.
Pretty easy. He's out jabbing him and out punching him. Salud still looking for ways to get inside, but presently being fended off by Barrera's jab. And movement.
In Barrera, you see something that I'm beginning to see so often. It's the same as Hopkins. These are fighters who didn't have an extensive amateur career, and they are steadily improving so much as a professional because the early stages of their professional careers was just foundation for getting the experience that most boxers get in amateur, being that he turned professional at 15. So he's fighting now better than ever.
3-punch combination, double left hook. Another right hand over the top. Salud gets in a couple. Barrera rakes him with a left to the body and a right upstairs. Tremendous stuff.
The variety of combinations that he's eliminated is amazing.
Sometimes he looks like Chavez at his best here in some of these combinations to the body and the head.
And he's throwing almost every punch in the book.
He's thrown jabs, crosses, uppercuts, straight right hand leads, left hooks to the body, which is, of course, his #1 stock in trade. A little bit of everything.
It seems to be in excellent condition, too.
Salud gets a right hand onto the chin of Barrera, but you can see the difference in punching power when they land. Barrera simply much more solid with his impact.
That is a vintage Mexican combination now.
You just cheer for it.
Variety. Left hook and then finish up with the left jab after the hook.
And in the past, Barrera has often looked like a fighter who didn't particularly mind getting hit. But tonight, in addition to everything he's doing offensively, he's making himself scarce for Salud.
Very, very beautiful moves. And actually, he's throwing a little flash into his style tonight.
That was a wipeout round.
Barrera has been throwing that uppercut. The left hook, the jab, the right cross, and he's been throwing a number of uppercuts through the guard of Salud. A full arsenal. Almost a clinic.
The fact that...
Hands when you get on the inside. Okay, you make the feint, you got to move your hands. And I'm on right hands. Watch that counter coming back, though. And here we go. Give me some grease. I got it. Okay? When you move inside, throw a straight right hand to the body. Just watch that counter coming back and ready for the uppercut. Okay? Come on. Deep breath. Good job, you got to move your hands.
Hey, Bo. Salud may have looked like a very young 37 when he walked into the ring. He looks like an old 37 right now.
And, you know, he is fighting a good fight. The fight that he's fighting with any other person that was a lesser fighter than the way Barrera is fighting tonight, he would be very much into the fight. In fact, the Barrera of the past, he would be very much into the fight with. But it's a new Barrera that's happening.
You know, there was concern after Barrera's performance against Monsalvo on the undercard of Jones and Harding September 9 that Barrera might have lost so much in the Morales fight that he wasn't the same. He wasn't going to be able to come back to his previous level. But as Emmanuel just pointed out, he's looking better tonight than at virtually any other time in his career.
He looks like a very good fighter tonight.
Quick left hook upstairs by Salud as Barrera was concentrating to the body. It's been one punch landed here and there for Salud, and combinations landed consistently for Barrera. Thus the CompuBox numbers you saw, which basically had Barrera doubling Salud in both punches thrown and landed. Look at these combos.
This is a new fighter.
This is quite a display, and it's going to make a heck of a piece of videotape for you and Chris Nassim to be looking at these next several weeks.
This is going to make all of the featherweights and junior featherweights hesitate before they want to fight Barrera. And that goes for Corrales and Mayweather if they were in the same weight division. He's putting on a fantastic exhibition of everything, power punching, boxing, craftiness, and he's found out that Salud is keeping his hands to the side of his face, so he's penetrating a lot through the middle.
And when you're 37 years old, you've had 71 fights, you've been around the block as much as Salud has, you know when you're in against a buzzsaw. And he's got a look of discouragement on his face.
Yes, and he's not fighting a bad fight, but it's just too much for this particular night.
So Salud will have to hope that Barrera wears down, or that he can somehow upset his momentum. And I'll tell you, this is the moment at which George Foreman would say that Salud has to drop everything he ever thought of before the fight and just get in there and wrestle, crawl, do anything to change the rhythm of the fight, because he's getting...
The only thing he can do is go for power punches, try to move in close, and go for a possible knockout. Otherwise, he's going to take a long, systematic beating.
They call Marco Antonio Barrera the baby-faced assassin. This is a systematic assassination of a pretty good opponent in Jesus Salud.
Yes, it is.
Another one-sided wipeout round for Barrera, and Salud's face begins to swell.
You know, that's it after be a punching bag. Yeah. You have to move your hands.
You got to take this fight, Ariane. Let you. Hey, guy, I'm here to make sure you don't take unnecessary punishment, my man. Okay.
Hey, come here, Grease. Jesus. Keep an eye on my corner. Keep an eye on me over here. Okay, Jesus. If I hey, right hand, jab, step inside to be on the inside. You cannot be sitting on the outside like you're sitting there.
Here's Barrera again operating. I doubt that he's ever looked this good in the gym. But against a live opponent, he has brought everything that he has ever learned and more.
And all three parties, the doctor, the referee, and Salud's trainer, step forward to say, if you don't fight better than this, you will be spared further punishment.
I don't think he can fight anybody. Not tonight.
Both eyes beginning to swell for Salud. He was bleeding around the mouth as he went back to his corner. And Barrera just steps forward with that cold look on his face and gets ready to deal more. Effective counter there by Barrera as Salud pawed in front of him.
But always in position. You know, I think Barrera's not only fighting to win a fight, he's actually seemingly fighting to win a spot in that pound-for-pound rating.
He is so strong tonight, Emmanuel. He's just busting punches right through Salud's guard.
The only thing that Salud can do is for a knockout. There's no way he's going to do anything but take systematic punishment until they eventually stop the fight.
See it blinking. And Letterman called the last round a 10-8 round. It was so one-sided. 10-8 without a knockdown. That's the ultimate compliment to the kind of execution that Barrera is delivering here.
Joe Cortez is seriously thinking about stopping this fight.
Well, big swelling on the right eye of Salud. It's getting ready to close up in the next round or the round after that. That's the eye that's been hit with those left hooks upstairs. And the jab, which has been a thunderous jab. How set in stone is that March 3 bout for Prince Naseem and Barrera, Manny?
It's pretty much set. It's just a matter of finding a site for him.
So this is not the kind of performance which could prompt Manus to say, I have other things to do on March 3, right?
This is the type of performance that would make me want to tell Lance, let's find something else to do on March the 3rd. Fighting Barrera is not something that I relish, but it's going to be one tremendous fight. And as a fight fan, I'm looking forward to it. But as a trainer, I'm not that excited about fighting this fighter that I'm looking at tonight. And what Naz is going to have to do, he's not going to be able to outbox him. He's going to have to come out and go for broke.
He's going to have to slug.
And hope that his unorthodox fighting style of punching from different angles will be effective.
That's it. They're going to stop the fight, Jim.
Okay. Yeah, I think Abel Sanchez, the trainer, is thoroughly in sync with the doctor and referee Joe Cortez, and they're going to raise Barrera's hand right now. A brilliant performance, as good as it gets, by Marco Antonio Barrera.
Jim, he told us before the fight, I want to put on a great performance going into the Hamed fight.
He did all of that. Now, Manny, you just said a mouthful because you said that Prince Naseem Hamed could not outbox the man you saw tonight.
No, Hamed cannot outbox him. Actually, for power punching is what we depended on. That may be a problem. I think the biggest thing that we're going to have going into this fight for us is Naz's unorthodox style and being able to punch from weird angles and hopefully to get in a slugfest and try to go for a knockout. But it's going to be dangerous anyway. You're not going to be able to outbox him easily.
Because against the fighter we just saw, Naz will have to take risks.
He's going to have to. And this was a complete prize fighter tonight. I mean, I was very impressed.
In round 6, Barrera outlanded Salud 34 punches to 3. He landed 21 of his 34 power shots. This was a clinic on power boxing. And Barrera showed you, as Emmanuel Stewart pointed out several times, the full range of his arsenal. Indeed, he added elements to his arsenal tonight that we have never seen before. That straight right hand.
The straight right hand, the left uppercut between the middle, the jab, the little fancy footwork, the little Jersey Joe walkout movements. He had it all tonight.
Let's go up and listen to Mark Barrow on the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has stopped this contest at the end of the 6th round. The winner by technical knockout, Marco Antonio Barrera.
What's the matter, people?